Hey, welcome to World Entertainment. And Disney must be getting desperate for some sort of hit, as they've made an announcement via The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, who did a video to announce they are now making a live action version of Moana. That's right, Moana, the movie that only came out in 2016. Now, Moana was a hit for them. It earned around $630 plus $1 million at the box office on a budget of between 150 and 175. So it only needed to break about 325, and obviously it did that. But when The Rock was making this announcement, it seemed like he was going to announce a Moana sequel. But he doesn't. He then makes it an announcement for a live action remake. Now, he's going to be producing it with his agent and his Seven Bucks production partner, what's her name, Garcia, whatever her first name is, his ex-wife. And the girl, from what I understand, that played Moana, like did the voice for her, she's going to be an executive producer on it. It doesn't seem, I don't see any news on any of them actually starring in it. Yet when he made the announcement, it sounded like he was saying he was going to be in it. But that means they'd have to drastically change if he plays the same character, which was, I don't know the name. I've never actually watched Moana, but he was the demigod in it. I'm not sure what the hell he was called, but he was big and fat. So unless, like, if they're getting him to come back and play the live action version, like, is he going to be in a fat suit, or are they going to come up with a different version of why he looks the way he looks? Again, though, I don't see any information on cast in particular, whether The Rock and the girl who portrayed the voice of Moana in the original, it sounds strange to say original for a remake of a movie that only came out in 2016. Wow, like the thing is younger than The Force Awakens. We're just waiting for them to announce they're remaking that. They'll never do that, don't worry. They will remake A New Hope, however. I can guarantee that. But what has pushed them to do this? Surely it would be more in line to go with a sequel. It would make more sense. And what kind of identity politics BS are they going to push in a live action version? And maybe that's the idea. Maybe they don't want to taint the goodwill of the cartoon version or the animated version with a sequel by putting that crap in. Maybe they just feel like it'll work better and you can sneak it in easier if it's live action. Because they are unbelievably doubling down on the whole identity politic BS, the wokeness. As Bob Iger's just done an investors call, basically, where, the investors get to ask him questions. Questions approved by him and Disney. It's not like they get to just turn around and ask him any old question. Oh no, they have to get screened. However, a couple of them seem to have misled Disney with the questions they were going to ask, because they ended up asking something completely different. One of which is, when are you going to stop enforcing the ideals of grooming children? You supported the choir in San Francisco who support a grooming ring. When are you going to stop? Bob Iger didn't deny it and didn't say, we want to just get back to entertainment. No, he doubled down on it and equated himself and this situation to the civil rights movement. That is no joke. The civil rights movement. The guy seems to think he's fucking Martin Luther King all of a sudden. Jesus Christ. Investors, I don't think, are too happy. Their shares have not gone up since his little meeting. And his mask slipped with him doubling down on all this crap and taking shots at Ron DeSantis in Florida. And that's not going to go well for him either. So they must be desperate for some sort of hit, because everything they're putting out lately is just a disaster. Everything. Every single movie they released off Marvel last year did not turn a profit. They have said so. They have said so. They've written them all off. Only they forgave the first three because of the pandemic and day and date releases. But they have confirmed that none of the movies turned profit. Ant-Man and the Wasp, of course, is absolutely tanking at the box office and looks set to lose them upwards of $150 million. They've just laid off a shit ton of people. They're trying to get rid of 7,000 people because they have to try and save $5.5 billion, $3 billion of which will be from the entertainment end of things. They've just fired Victoria Alonso and what's his name? Ike Perlmutter. They're gone. Not that Perlmutter was actually doing anything anyway. He was the original person who ran Marvel. He sold Marvel back to Disney, and then Feige fucked him over and got him removed. And of course they just couldn't wait to get rid of him because he's a Trump lover. And then you have The Mandalorian, the only kind of goodwill Star Wars had, which is failing. Season 3 is doing worse in viewership than Season 2. And their go-to move now is to come out and announce a live-action remake of Moana, a movie that only came out in 2016. Wow. Desperate times or what? Oh, it's time to get out the popcorn, grab a beer, sit back and watch the destruction of this company. Self-destruction, I might add. Burn, baby, burn. Anyway, with that, I'll leave it there for this one. So cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.